Were you a 4-H member growing up here in Iowa? How about your kids? 4-H has been around Iowa for over 100 years and currently has 100,000 participants. Let's meet sisters who are cooking, caregiving, and sewing their way into state fair competitions.
4-H is a tradition in our family. My grandparents our grandparents, I should say, talk about being in 4-H and being in charge of an extension council or being on extension staff in different counties around the state.
And different judges. Our grandma and aunt have both been judges for years.
My 4-H career started a very long time ago. I was a Clover kid for about 3 years, and that's where I really got my foot in the door. I started, my first projects that I ever took to the fair was a presentation with Leah about strawberry cheesecake salad, a bottle calf named Bozo, and a fresh batch of chocolate chip cookies that my grandma had taught me how to make.
Our project starts back in December. We pick our cattle out from our own herd, and then we weigh them in at the county fair on the county level, and so make sure we get those beginning weights to see how they're going to gain throughout the year. So a typical day looks like we wake up about 6 o'clock every morning and go out, take our feed outside, feed the calves. We'll wait a little bit, make sure that they get done with their feed, and then put halters on them, rinse them down, wash them, depending on the day, and then tie them up in the barn and make sure that they're under a fan to keep them cool so it doesn't get too hot.
And from there, we go out and do our daily activities, whether that be, well, last week it was baling hay. It's baling season right now, so, you know, after we get those calves in, it's like, okay, grease the balers, you know, make sure that we get out to the field, and then we're outside all day working. And those cattle, we come in occasionally and check on them. And then at the end of the day, it's that process only in reverse. So we rinse down, we let them all loose, and then we go and feed them, and then it's time for bed. It helped us grow into the people that we are today. Without sitting in a barn and working with livestock, we wouldn't have learned time management skills, getting our cattle on a schedule. We wouldn't have learned responsibility, taking care of our animals, making sure our projects are done on time. We wouldn't have learned to love our livestock and be willing to go out and advocate for the industries that we're passionate about. And so it's given us the foundation of what we want to do with the rest of our life.
It's definitely been the foundation for so many learning aspects. I'll have a set of cookies that I'm making this year, which is with a new ingredient that I've never used before, and then also the quilts that I've made. And this year I made a America quilt with a flag on it, and so really cool, really neat to see that I haven't ever tried before.
I'm also taking what's called s'mores bars, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's a s'more in a bar, but I'm working with breakfast cereals. So, and that's a new thing for me to learn as well, because I've never cooked with breakfast cereals before. And so it's Golden Grahams and chocolate and marshmallows all melted together in a bar. This will be my 6th or 7th quilt. The first couple years, we focused on smaller projects. We made pillows, we did like doll blankets, and then we got into the quilts, and we've made one every year. It's a sense of tradition. I mean, the Iowa State Fair, that just runs in our blood.
Getting to exhibit in the Pioneer Pavilion, that every time I walk in there, every year, the first show, which is usually showmanship, that first Monday of the fair, I just get chills because you're standing down in that ring and you can see the seats and everyone's sitting up there and you're like, man, I'm at the Iowa State Fair, you know, nationally known. And so it's something that we've done every single year that we could. It's something that Lauren and I have both been to ever since we were little. I can't remember a year that I've not been to the State Fair.
Hardly a day goes by without someone stopping me and telling me how much they enjoy the highlight show and the coverage of the Iowa State Fair. From the one, the only Iowa State Fair, our producers and videographers have been zigzagging across the fairgrounds. We don't take this lightly. This is a tremendous honor to bring the coverage of the Great Iowa State Fair right into your living room, and we appreciate the fact that you allow us to do that. It's a connection that most television networks don't enjoy, and we cherish our time with our viewers, and we thank you for supporting Iowa Public Television.
Make the connection. Call 800-779-7000 or visit iptv.org today to discover the many ways we have to say thank you to you for your financial support.